had knocked the tool off of the coffee table, but it wasn't hard to find. I just had to ask Brittany where it was at. And she saw it under the table because he had knocked it off the table. Cole Marsh, before he committed suicide or was murdered or whatever happened, he had found me a nut that would go on one of the screws on my chainsaw. But it was like a difference between being metric or standard, and it fit, but it didn't exactly fit. And so it went on there. Probably shouldn't have. Probably might have ruined it. It always need one a little too small. What is this? 12 millimeter, right? So it's a little bit smaller than what it come with originally. I don't have a tool. I have this that fits on it, but I gotta find something not big enough. I have to find something that'll fit down into that square to be able to turn it. See, what I gotta do is loosen both of these nuts and then turn this. Once these are loosened, this can be turned. And I can take the slack out of this chain. I have 2 new chains for when this breaks or gets old to have ready, because I bought a set of 3 or 5 or something ridiculous on Amazon. I got a good deal. But see, the teeth are coming out a little too much. Way too much. Then it needs to be tightened. I want to find me another nut. I don't know what size nut this is. Just put the right size on it so I can just do it with 1 tool instead of 2. But I guess I need to find me. Well, I got a 12 millimeter socket, but I got to find. What's that? That fits in there. That's bigger than the 4th. I don't know, man. I can't just turn it with my hand. I know this ain't gonna work, but I was gonna see if it would. I gotta get something that'll fit in there. Maybe I could make something out of wood, like carve something out of wood to fit in there and be able to turn it. Maybe this razor would go in there and have enough grip to turn it. Okay, we might have a winner. Oh, it can't do that. It's too tilted. It can't do that, huh? Oh, no, it's not going to turn it, y'all. Well, it might. I think it's going to break it. Yeah, it's gonna twist and break the whole thing before it ever turns it. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to find something else. Maybe if I hate that. I hate how it can't stay on if it's tilted. Maybe if I hammer it in there. I don't know. But like I was saying, Cole Marsh got me a 12 millimeter nut. It's not really the right size. It's a little bit smaller, and it got forced on there. And it's probably not a good thing, but I've got to loosen them up and do that to tighten my chain because the chain is too slack. So I've got a 12 millimeter socket, but I don't have a, I don't know, that's bigger than a 4th, isn't it? I don't know what size square I gotta have to fit in there. These are never used. Old stuff in there. I don't know what's in there. Will that fit? That looks too wide. That looks too wide for me. I don't think that would fit in there. I'm gonna handle something. I find something. The bamboo, I don't think it would. Maybe it wouldn't break. Maybe. No, that definitely would fall apart. That would break all the pieces. This would too. It'll fit, but it won't turn. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Screwdriver in, go to the back of to the bottom. Nope. Go up from the bottom, press through the whole. Nope. Gotta find something. No. That break. That will not work. All right. This may work. May have found something that'll work. Okay. Oh, damn, that's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. That's damn near impossible. Oh shit, it's gonna break it. It's gonna strip it out. It ain't gonna work. Fuck. Alright, back to it. I found something else that ain't gonna work. I had time to heat it up and hammer it and make it fit in there better, but I'm looking for something a little bit quicker and easier than that. I wish I could just find me a wrench. Oh, I'm lightheaded. Why am I so lightheaded? Like I'm about to pass out for no reason. Alright, so far nothing has worked. I don't know if I had alignment pliers, but I'm not about to drive all the way to my little farm to get my alignment pliers to come back to change that. I really want to fix my chainsaw, why? I gotta go to work in the morning. I don't need that chainsaw right now. But I guess I want it done while I'm thinking about doing it. While I'm thinking about fixing it. It's probably gonna have to wait. I want it though. I don't really have any tools in there. What the heck? Okay, I might have found here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Might be able to do something with this. Let's see. Oh, it goes on this end, right? Heck no, it goes on that end. Let's see. So about that size, I'm looking something about. Turn it this way. And if it goes all the way flat, it'll cut off. It looks like I found. Nope, not that one. I think this one. That one fits. That's the actual real size. Now, if I can find something to fit, this is the one I need. This is the same. If so, I'll go ahead and put it onto this one and see if I can put it the other way. Because I would really like to be able to go ahead and tighten my chainsaw and go back to using it. Because I have to climb over them fallen trees that the hurricane knocked over to go and clean out the canal and inspect it and everything. I'm just tired of having to do all that. This feels a little tight. I don't know. Am I putting another? Let me make sure I don't have another 12 millimeters. It's probably what it is. Nope, it's a little bit bigger than 12 millimeter. I think it's the actual right size. Yeah, this is the size that the other one was not supposed to be. I don't know what standard size this is, but 12 millimeter is almost the same size. And Cole had got me a 12 millimeter, and I'm tired of having to use two different tools to take it off. But I don't like the way this one's going on here. It feels a little too tight to me. I don't want to fuck up the threading. I don't know. I'm not doing that. I think it's too. The outside is the right diameter, but the screw on the inside is not. So I just need to find me another one of these. I wanted to fix this today, but it's not happening today. I thought one of these would fit. Maybe one of these fits. Nope, it's too big. Too little. Too big. Too big. So out of all those that I found, none of them fit, and one of them almost fits. It's not getting done today. But you would loosen both of these up. Then that's why it's got this part. It's got the screwdriver part to turn that. Once you get those loose, that'll allow you to adjust your chain. And I want my chain tightened up to where it is in the bar just a little bit. Not too tight, but not that loose. That's too loose. That's going to cause problems if I run that. I'll wind up with a broken chain flying at me or some shit like that. So I've got to tighten the chain before I use it. That's the wrong nut. It's got to come off. The right one's got to go on. So I can stop having to use two tools at a time. And you know, my tools got stolen because that's what happens when you have X's. Well, not always. A lot of times it don't have to be that way. But they steal your stuff on the way out. Just out of petty spite for no reason. I mean, they were the ones in the wrong, and they steal from me. And that's not me not taking an accountability. I actually was like decent to them, and they just, you can't save them if they don't want to be saved. I thought you stopped streaming for tonight. I did, but then I didn't. So here's what happened. I stopped streaming to go talk to Brittany, and she went and laid down and said she's taking a nap, and I'm going to go wake her up in a little bit for a little bit because she wants me to. But I just have more time than I thought I had to stream. But I have a little more time to stream. And so I'm back to streaming. I'm going to crank in my neck because I did something. I don't know. Brittany got disappointed because in her $5 mystery box, it didn't have really much good in it. And it had this. And she didn't like this, but I like this. She's got a little thing where you can put a screw in the wall, maybe with two threads showing, and then slide it down and it stay in place. I might put that on the inside of the chicken pen or the shelter, or put it on a tree, or I don't know. I did stop streaming. I stopped streaming. I forget what time is it. Is the dollar store? It's 9:26. I should have went and bought water for coffee in the morning. What was I thinking? I guess I could pay more and go to the gas station and buy water for coffee. Also, I was supposed to get the eggs, and I did get the eggs, and I put them in a bucket, and I laid them on the ground, and I forgot to put them in the truck, so Brittany can't make the cookies because I left the eggs on the ground, and the fox will probably eat them before the morning, or I could go get them now. I should go get them now. I should go ahead and buy water for coffee in the morning. I just don't want to make another trip. I had to drive to Vidalia in the morning. Is this on? I don't know what the rules are. Because the terms of agreements, I figure you kind of got to agree to them anyway. All I got to do now is not buy any. And then I quit. I just don't buy no more weed, smoke what I got, boom, I'm gone. By the time the live stream gives them a warrant to come in and search, I've already smoked it all. Mission accomplished. It's all smoked. And now I can quit and start, it's like giving myself a raise to quit weed. It's like giving myself a raise. But it feels a lot different now than in the morning when I wake up and ain't got none. Then that's like, dang, I gotta find me some. If I could go back in time, I probably would save me a lot of money and just never smoke weed. I don't think it's worth it. You know, there's virtually nothing you can do on it that you can't do sober. It's not really the same as being intoxicated. It's very weak. I think that coffee has more control of my life, but coffee is cheaper. I'm going to get a lot more ill if I don't have coffee or the nicotine in the wrap. Go now before it's too late. It's already closed at, does it close at 10 or 9? The Dollar General, I think, does it close at 10? If it closes at 10 instead of 9, I still got time to make it. I was kind of thinking that it was already closed because it was 9, but they might be open till 10. I don't know if they're open till 10 on Sundays. I don't know. But I could get, if they are closed, I could still get like not a whole gallon, but just get one of those 1 liters of water and make coffee in the morning with it. I do not know how to pronounce your name. How do you pronounce that? I don't know. I don't know how to. How do you do the FJ sound together? That's a tough one. Can't do it. It seems like there's something else I'm supposed to get. Brittany said, egg, water. It's a random string of letters. All right. Well, that's why I don't shout. That's not why I'm not like, hello, hi, just I just don't even, I don't. Oh, it's fine. You ain't got to change it. As long as you're not offended that I can't pronounce your name. One thing that's amazing to me is how you can be like completely out of weed. You could have completely scraped your grinder. You could completely have searched for every last little joint, every last little piece. And then that next day when you're completely out, somehow you're able to find another piece somewhere. Somehow you're like, you haven't been able to smell it. Like, and then all of a sudden you're like, I smell a little crumb of it on the floor. No, you're good. Okay, cool. All right. I think Brittany's still asleep, but I don't want her to wake up and me just be gone. Also, like, if it was me, I wouldn't want someone to wake me up to tell me that they're about to go to the store and back. But then also, I wouldn't want to wake up and be like, where the hell did you go? So I guess I kind of got to wake her up and let her know. She might want to ride. She might want a snack. Hey, do you want to ride or not? I'm going to go and get water for coffee. And okay. What? There's something else I'm supposed to get. Yeah, I'm going to get the eggs. Okay. All right, I love you. I'll be back. I will. All right, I'm going to go get water. I'm going to ask her. Hey, baby. What time does the Dollar General close on Sundays? At what?
No, they close at 9.
They close at 9 and not 10?
Yeah, baby.
So I got to get water at a gas station now.
Yeah.
All right. No, I don't want to because it's got chlorine in it.
Okay.
I love it. I love you too. The other probably has chlorine in it too. Like you can take chlorine water and let it sit out for a few days and the chlorine leaves it. But the lights are still on. I heard the air conditioner go off. I'm like, wait a minute. Do I need even more money on the power bill? We're good. See, this is how I flush my toilets when the well broke. I get these 5-gallon buckets. I got 8 of them to collect the rainwater off the house. Then I dump them down the toilet. You need less water if you pour the water from higher up, but know your aim. You don't want that stuff splashing out. But if you know what you're doing and you waterfall it just right, you can get the most, that momentum from the weight of the water, really force that stuff down the toilet. I don't have my billfold. I can't buy anything without. I remember when I was 20, I blocked myself out. I remember when I was 20, I never had to check to see where I parked. I never had to ask myself, did I get my glasses, keys, billfold? And you would think that you wouldn't even need a memory after doing it so many times. Sometimes I get Most of the time, I'm forgiving and I don't care. But sometimes I get really mad at myself for making simple mistakes, like just it's like, how many times in your life have you left the house, right? And don't you need these same things every time you leave the house? How have you left it? How have you forgot? It just doesn't make any sense. And I guess normally it's when something throws off the usual habit. Like, I guess what's new to this is I'm not used to live streaming very insignificant events in my life that doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm just like making these little bitty moments into like my life into a Truman Show. Why am I doing this? Well, chill. Can I can have the. Okay, so how come it will let me film myself? I can film myself with the flashlight on to see in front of me, but I can't turn the camera around and film outside at night with a flashlight to light it up, or it cuts it off and it says it can't do both things at the same time. What's up with that? All right. So a lot of times I'll say, well, I don't. If I forget to get water for coffee, or I've given all the water to the chickens, because I don't even want the chickens drinking water, the city water, because I don't want the chickens to not be able to have dreams anymore or be overly pacifistic and submit to the government too easily. I don't even want my chickens having, calcified pineal glands. I've noticed call me crazy or whatever, but the city water changes people. The people who drank the water from the city of Alamo and McRae are different than the people that live off well water. That's what's kept us that's why we still got some self-preservation instinct left to us. Now here I'm doing that thing I definitely should not do. Well, it's not 10 yet, y'all. But just don't go driving around after 10 o'clock. Because these police are just so bored. They're so bored, and they've got all night. I don't really. I've got to wake up and build America, I got to wake up and work in itchy insulation or super hot attics or hot garages or hot roofs, putting up gutter or working with sheet metal, all this stuff. And I need my sleep, There's not anything in this vehicle whatsoever. But they may search this vehicle. They'll just say, it smells like, no, it doesn't. And then they will spend 2-3 hours. I'm sleepy. I gotta get up in the morning. And they just so mad that when my jacket smelled like it, they never found anything. And now it's been a few times of them just wasting hours and hours. So I just don't like to leave at night. And it's hard to get everything done I need to get done in the daytime after work. Everything, pretty much anything government related. You got to pay property taxes or bills paid or anything. All those places are closed by the time I get off work. The mechanics aren't open on the weekends. I need my car to go to work. How am I supposed to have maintenance done on my vehicle? How am I supposed to have extra money, period? Got to make more money. Now I don't have this channel monetized. I don't do this channel for money. This is like a diary, like a journal, like a art. It's not for money. None of the motivation is money. So I don't turn ad revenue on, so then you don't have to see as much commercials, because I hate commercials. I don't want to watch a commercial. So I don't, and then they can't say, well, if you say something I don't like, I'm going to demonetize you. And then you're like, oh, you don't get your money. They cannot. I'm like, I already demonetized myself. So demonetize away, I just work to make my money. Now, if somebody want to give me some money, shit, I'll take it. But I'm not about to be out here begging for money. And I'm not about to be trying to make money off my channel, really. Maybe one day I might, I don't have to buy a commercial. I can just advertise my jelly straight on my YouTube channel if they haven't already deleted it from the things I say. And that's the normal pattern. I can only get so many viewers before I'm going to get my channel deleted. Because I just like to say things, you know, I'm just going to say it. I should turn the camera around maybe because you can't really see me. And you might see a deer run across the road. But I've noticed that I film the road while I'm driving, the viewers go away. Nobody wants to see that shit. And you can barely see me now. I don't know, but it's still... It's kind of foggy, so I like to drive a little slower because a lot of times when deer cross, they cross in like 3 or 5 at a time. So you might think you've missed that deer and another one walk across. So you gotta be careful. You gotta let these deer live so they can eat up everybody's cotton and peanuts and soybeans, you know. I think that the deer taste better. Now they smell nastier now. When they used to fill up on acorns and stuff, gutting them, if that'll smell more rotten and nasty than eating soybeans. But I think the meat is better when the deer are out here, you know, eating people's squash, corn, and other beans. All these deer ain't meant to be eating a whole, filling up on GMO soybean, Monsanto sprayed bullshit. I don't know why so many farmers will know that the Monsanto stuff is bad and still do it. But with the government forcing you to sell your stuff so cheap, but then they let the corporations and all raise the price so much past that when it's processed, it's just hard for the farmer to make enough money. And a lot of these farmers are really just always in debt to the bank. And always tied up in government regulation, taking grant money and all kind of things like that. And they're trying to force the independent family farmers out of existence. They just, if you want to farm in a way that's responsible for land management on like 100-year time period, they're just not about that. They really want your farm to pay a bank. And if your farm is not paying a bank, they don't want you to have it. If your farm is building generational wealth, hell no. Bill Gates is out here trying to dim the sun while buying the farmland, putting solar panels everywhere. What is up with that? They're really trying to get us to where we don't even know how to feed ourselves. They just about got people to where they won't even tell the truth. But people will pretend to believe things they know they don't believe because they're scared of. Like, one time, I guess just to show me they could do it, Google banned me for a month from all their services. And it was when I was talking to some veterans about the USS Liberty. And I guess my phone just picked up on it all, and they decided I was banned from Google. I couldn't use YouTube. I couldn't use Google. There's so many apps tied to Google that you wouldn't even know were tied to Google. If Google bans you, they can really for a second, I thought I had been banned again. I was like, I just lost a while. I'm probably going to lose it right when I drive past the Dollar General. So it's like a dead spot for everyone. There's no service right there. I'm back. The phone died. I don't know if I'll get the original audience back. Woke Brittany up and told her that I had gotten back, and I got her eggs. And the general store the Dollar General was open. It was open till 10, so I was able to get 3 gallons of water for $5. $5 change. Not a lot of change. Few enough change that it felt more like $5 than $6. Put the eggs there. So you can see them here. She might know that's the eggs. might need to just open the lid so she can see the eggs. I don't know. She'll probably notice it. Have an audience. Nope, still no audience. Somebody said they don't think they'd ever see me in my glasses. Here's me in a pair of glasses. Last little sip of coffee. Y'all see me from over there. Can't really see me from over there. Have to move my office. It's too much of a glare in that light. Maybe I should move it. Oh, really want to move it because most of the time it's in a great area to see to eat or clean up anything. But while I'm live streaming, I'm not. Whoa, what? What in the world? What was that? That was weird. That was some strange shit right there. I moved in front of the camera and it still showed it like I was invisible, like I wasn't there. I wonder when I rewatch this, will I be in frame the whole time? Was there a lag where it didn't load up on my phone that give that as like an illusion? But I come over here and I'm like, I'm not in the camera yet. I'm not in the camera. I moved all the way in front of the camera. It just shows it like I'm invisible, like I'm not there. And then boom, I appear on the screen. Haven't seen that happen before. You have to go. Good night. Have a good night. I'm glad you had a good night. If you had a good night. Yeah, I really need to be going to bed soon too because I have to get up and go to work in the morning. I understand that a lot of people do. Normally I stream it this time, so I normally don't have streamers watching it this time. I saw the data for when people watch my streams, and I noticed that it is not while I'm asleep. So I was like, well, there's no streamers to miss during those hours. But then I thought about it. I'm like, that's not what's really going on. Nobody watches me during those times because I don't stream during those times. So no one expects to find me during those times. So my shows are either going to be like driving on the way to work or when I get off work. And then when I get off work, that could happen at 2, 3, 5, 7. Mostly I work day pay. I get paid by the day. Not exactly. There's some caveats to that where I may not get paid for the day, or I may work a good bit more than a day and still get paid for a day. Then I might get off early one day. I think it rounds up at 6 hours or something. I don't really know exactly how it works and really don't care. Basically, it is I'm almost guaranteed a certain amount every week, and who knows how long it will take us to do the jobs. So it just works out how it works out. But it keeps us paid. It keeps us paid. Keeps us alive. Oh, someone's watching right now. Well, I got back from the dollar store. They were open. I did get 3 gallons of water for $5. So I did have water for coffee in the morning. I did get the eggs from the chickens for Brittany. You are gone. Nobody's watching. Well, let me just prioritize what I'm doing rather than what I'm streaming. If you was to watch right now, you'd see a shoulder and you'd hear someone talking. I wouldn't watch that either. Of course, I won't. Hey, I'm back. Hello? What's that say? Is it Bug Al or Bug AI? Hello? So, I got the cookies for Brittany, or the eggs so Brittany can make cookies in the morning from the chickens. The chickens are fine. I don't know why the dogs are barking. They just started barking. I think he hears me on the other side of the window and he's just barking. But them dogs, they can sometimes see things that we can't see. They'll smell. They might be barking at a possum in the woods. You never know. But if there was somebody walking up, it'd sound a lot different. He's just barking at nothing. something that's a big deal to him, but not to me, you know? Like, Duke would be really, really, really concerned if there's a dog. Yo, what's up? I ain't ignoring you, bro. Duke would be really upset if there's a little dog across the street and he barks at it, but it's not a problem for me, you know? I'm still, or him, really. Thank you for that. What good work. What good work. Thank you. I appreciate it. But my camera work is just really bad. Half the time I'm turning while I'm driving and throwing the phone in the floorboard. And you know, it's only after I've done an incredible amount of work that I'm kind of slowing down and taking a break that I film stuff at work. I don't want y'all to think that I'm just not working and I'm just on my phone and stuff. We do a lot of work. Better than yours? I'll have to see. But I got this idea. What if I take a pond liner and instead of building a pond, I just put it under the ground 4 foot with the edges up and really 8 foot with the pond liner covering an area about 20 foot by 20 foot with 4 foot raised sides and then with another 4 foot of dirt over it. And then you make a wet zone, like you raise the water table there where trees can grow their roots into that zone. And the zone above it's not wet. And when the water fills up that area and goes higher than that, the 4 feet of pond liner, it soaks to the surrounding soil. And that way, rainwater is collected in that spot. Bye, good night. I'm going to look at your channel. I have recently subscribed to a lot of, like if it's public where I can see that you've subscribed to me, I will subscribe to you, returning the favor. And I've recently subscribed to like 30 new people all at the same time. And I haven't had a chance to check out all the videos. But normally when I check out other people's channel, I'm like, their videos are better than mine. I'm normally like, wow, they got their camera looks better. Their camera's more steady. Their voice quality, and I'm like, yeah. And I kind of throw my stuff together with no plan or anything. I'm just like, oh, I got a moment to stream. I'm going to stream. Oh, I just saw a horse. I'm going to film it. There's some ducks. I'm going to post it there's a random person. I'm going to interview them. I'm going to talk about some random conspiracy or politics. Good night. I'm going to be sure to check out your channel. On shows. I'm actually on I would stop streaming and check out the channel since no one's watching, but then I think that may lose my chance to catch a few more viewers. So I'll just wait. But at Bug Al, that ought to be pretty easy for me to remember and go back and check. And sometimes I rewatch my videos, so if I have forgotten that the streams are fun, honestly. I appreciate that. You can install a water filter directly to the sink. Yes, but I gotta get water pumped to the sink first. Like the well motor is burnt all the way up. And on the property where I water my fruit trees, that's out of some very, brown water that's pumped out of the pond to water the plants. Streaming is going out buffering. I'm sorry for that, y'all. There's certain places where I just don't have good service. Yeah, I thought I did too. I thought I stopped streaming for the night. I'm just not ready to call the day and not ready to end the day yet. I'm going to drink the rest of the coffee in the coffee pot before it sours while it's just cold and decent. I'm going to make me some cold coffee. I'm sorry for them loud noises. Nobody was watching a while ago, so I wasn't trying to hurt nobody's ears. Oh, you gone. I guess it don't matter. Back to the loud noises. I guess saying no one was watching is not a good way to sell watching, you know? I accidentally put this in the freezer. I don't know why. So that it's not exactly half and half. Now more cream is coming out and water more than milk is turned to ice. Should make for better coffee, really, honestly. Nice drink here. Save that for the morning. So good. I like half and half. The dollar stores and milk aisle, the freezers went down and they lost all their milk. I normally put whole milk in my coffee, but they had half and half, so I bought that. Brittany's asleep. I'm still awake. During the weekend, I don't do as much work. Sometimes I used to do way more, but now that it's gotten really, really hot, I don't do as much. I just keep the chickens alive, basically, and rest from the heat of work being so hot. And so on the weekend, I'm not exhausting myself working. So it's harder for me to get tired and go to sleep. So normally I just won't go to sleep on the Sunday like I'm supposed to. And I come into Monday a little tired. Then I work myself tired and I can go back to bed for the rest of the week. When my little brother first heard that it was called a squash, he was playing with him. He's like, I'll squash you. No, I'll squash you. Okay. All right. Fair. It's fair enough. It's fair enough for the audience to leave. It's fair. That's fair. No one should be forced to watch people play with squash. No one should be forced to watch grown men play with squash. If you're a viewer and you see a grown man playing with squash, it's time to leave. I have no hard feelings. I'm glad you stopped watching. You needed to de-incentivize me from that behavior. I'm okay with that. That's the stuff right there. Coffee flavored half and half. It's pretty good. You can have some too. So good. Well, it's about time. Let's see. I have to. The camera. This is a place where I can prop the phone up and still get the charger wire into the bottom of the phone without bending it or hurting it. There's a cabinet drawer that's slightly open. The phone sat down in there and it's balanced very delicately with a squash to the left side of it to keep it from falling into the drawer. And it's just set a kind of way to where it's less likely to fall to the right, but it could totally fall into the right and fall out of the floor. Excuse me. And so it just has to be there until it charges up enough. Once it charges up enough, I can move it. Wait just a minute. Now, all right. Okay. All right. Does anyone have I don't know who's watching. Oh, you done left. You done left before I could ask you the question. All right, fine then. Fine then. Does anyone have any information that they would like to share before we start making important business decisions? Is there any information that we should know? Jerry, you got that sales and loss report. What's the losses? 0. That's pretty good. What's sales? 0. Okay, we need to get these sales up. I'm really happy about the losses being so low. Y'all are doing good, keeping losses low. But we need to see profit, okay? We can't just have 0 sales and 0 losses. I want to see some sales. So, what problems are y'all having selling the product? What product? Oh, there isn't a product. We have nothing to sell. Okay. All right. Right. Are y'all okay with not getting paid in money but being paid in stock options because there's no money to pay you because there's no product? Y'all are good with that? Okay, good. All right. How about each one of you will be paid 1% of the company? And there's only 30 spots available. And if you work 1 year for the company for 1% of the company. After that, when we have revenue coming in and everything like that, we can start voting about whether or not to pay ourselves. For now, we're investing the money into the company, and that's what we're doing because, there's only 30% of the company out there. I got control of the other 70%, so there's the majority. You okay with that? Getting paid in 1%. You work for the company for 1 year, you get paid 1% of the company. All right. So we just looked at the sales and loss report. The losses are 0. The sales are 0. The product is 0. Now here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to help you out here, right? I'm going to put my own land in and my own fruit trees in, and we're going to start the business there where we've at least got that to work for. So, all right, I tell you what, no one come to the meeting. There's 0 people here. No one's got any ideas. None of you are doing any of the work. You're fired. Every last one of you are fired. I keep all of the company, all of it, none of it. I'm sharing none of it. What the heck? I got this. I could be. I remember written that thing. I used to prop this up some kind of way. It won't come that way. Oh shit. What the fuck? Been eating good in this neighborhood. Way out here. I'm just playing with a selfie stick. Anybody who jumps on here to watch, I'm gonna tell you right now is not the time to watch. There's not any good quality content going on right now. This whole video is a test. It's not even considered like real content. It's not behind the scenes. It's not anything. It's all just hey. Look, there's no quality content going on right now. This is all just a test here. I have no script, I have no plans. I'm just not ready to give up the day because I gotta go to sleep and go to work for another work week. I'm just testing this little selfie stick here, seeing if there's a better way I can hold this camera besides just propping it in the door. Because the phone's almost dead, so I gotta keep it plugged in charging. And I'm tired of balancing it on the cabinet door and it falling over, so maybe this is a better way to hold it. Oh, I gotta scroll in the comments to see if I got any more questions or anything. But anyway, I said that word too much. I don't have any money to pay any workers, so I'm going to do all the work. But I wonder if there'd be any way to sell 1% of the company or something. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm not trying to make no money or nothing like that. Any kind. I gotta sell food. I gotta sell these peaches. I gotta sell these jellies. But I don't have a website. I don't have an online store. I don't even have the fruit. I've already ate it. But next year there'll be more fruit. It could be turned into jelly. I need to come up with some kind of way to make money on the side because working in construction is not keeping pace with the cost of living. The cost of living is going up for everyone. So I want to get my own food so I don't have to worry about starving. Got to get the land paying its own property taxes so that I can keep the land making food so that I can keep eating regardless of the cost of living going up. And so I can feed the people around me so they don't turn into a crazy mob that starts raiding and stealing from me. And it's hard to do everything at once. But I do need to be training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with Kyle more. I need to be doing that. But I also only have so much. You know, like he broke his wrist one time and had to go lay tile with that injury the whole time. I don't know. Getting older, it takes longer to heal than it used to. Goodbye. Back to the experiment. We connect, you son of a. Put that up there. Everything that needed to be done today got done today. There's no reason for me to be awake. There's no reason for me to keep streaming. Am I trying to entertain myself at this point or something? I don't know. I'd be much better off to go watch content. I'm going to use this time to watch some of the content of the people I've subscribed to recently. Yes, I'm going to stop.